Today I wanted to talk about the Rutles, because it's the best time to talk about them due to it has been 50 years since the first skit in the Rutland Weekend Television. So yeah. Anyway. In 1976, in the show Saturday Night Live, hosted by Eric Idle, more famously known for the movie Mighty Python and the Holy Grail, decided to show a old skit from his previous show, Rutland Weekend Television. The skit was a parody of A Hard Day's Night, with the song I Must Be in Love being a parody of the title track. The music video was mainly a parody of two scenes in the Hard Day's Night movie. The ending, where they finally play their songs, and the scene where the Beatles run around a field and then get kicked out due to it was private property. This skit got so popular that it ended up getting its own movie with the help of the former member of the Beatles, George Harrison. In the movie All You Need Is Cash is a beat-for-beat parody of the history of the Beatles. They become famous, they make two movies, then the controversy, then the tea, then they make Sergeant Rutles, and their band manager leaves, resulting in them making a tragical history tour, then the band breaks up. The classic. The movie includes a ton of gags. Example, like how the camera runs away from Eric Idle, or Stig never actually talking a film, besides him just singing a couple times. Due to he's a parody of George, who is famously known as the Quiet Beatle, but he wasn't actually the quiet one. He was more louder one, but a lot of the actors are comedians, like example Dan Aykroyd.
What's it like to be such an asshole?
What? Even George Harrison cameos as a reporter. The Beatles themselves did actually watch the film. Famously, John Lennon didn't return the movie or the soundtrack due to he liked it so much. You'll think, that's the end of the Rutles, right? Well, not exactly. In 1995 through 1996, 3 new Beatles albums were released. These were Anthology 1 through 3. These were notable because they included unheard outtakes, unheard songs, and 2 new Beatles songs using old John Lennon tapes. In the same year of 1996, a new Rutles album was released called Archaeology, a parody of the Anthology trilogy. This included 20 new Rutles songs. Some of them were exclusive, I think, in Japan. As promotion for the album, Neil Innes, Rick Faster, and John Harsley, I think that's how you pronounce it, decided to reprise their roles as John Nasty, Barry Wum, and Stig O'Hara, playing the song Major Happies in a rooftop, similar to how the Beatles played Get Back and the other songs in a rooftop, and later played a parody of Hey Jude called Shangri-La in front of a group of 20 people or somewhere. In 2002, a sequel to the original movie called Rutles 2 All You Need Is Cash was released. The movie is not that special, just kind of reusing the same footage with some new extra ones, and it's just basically the same story but with extra context.
At the age of 6, he blew up his local school.
And the only gag that I liked from the movie was the one with the triangular album. I thought that was funny. Later in 2014, a new album release, including live performances of the Rutles called Live Plus Raw. And later in 2018, the final Rutles album was released called The White Album. Very creative. It included some demos of Don't Know Why, that was a parody of Free as a Bird, and Shangri-La, that was already mentioned of but included 3 new songs: Absurd Fiasco, Evolution Number 10, and Imitation Song. Evolution Number 10 is pretty understandable, was a parody of, so I don't have to. This would be the last album released under the name Rutles due to the passing of Neil Innes in 2019. The fans of the Rutles have indeed continued on this joke. One of the most major examples of Rutles fan content are the cover art. You might have noticed in the movies of All You Need Is Cash and Can't Buy Me Lunch, there are only approximately 8 out of the 13 albums that are included. So the fandom decided to make the, 5 remaining covers. These mainly being Please Rent Me, Rutles for Sale, Rutles Soul, Semi-Automatic, and Yellow Submarine Sandwich. Yellow Submarine Sandwich and Semi-Automatic do look pretty good, but the ones that where they added the Rutles faces into the Beatles just look weird. Also, there are compilation albums, EPs, and singles that have been recreated. There's a ton of Rutles projects I could mention. One of my favorites is the Lunch album that's meant to be a parody of the album Love by the Beatles. It mixes together a ton of Rutles songs to create a cohesive album, I guess.
Many years from now.
In conclusion, I do appreciate the dedication of everyone involved with the Rutles, the people who made the movies, the fan content, and other things. So, yeah, I hope that you learned something today by watching this video, and see you next time. I'm planning on a review. I'm planning on a special retrospective. So stay tuned for that.
19, Grandad, the little ones are asking you, why do you look so sad? So you tell them all about the fun you had. Back in 64, before you were born, people had no time for pouring scorn on dreams of love and peace. No one was obese, only tight trousers were worn. Back in 64, we were at it like knives. Back in 64, the time of our lives was in the present tense. Now does that make common sense any more than girls with hairdos called beehives? Back in 64, before you were born. Back in 64, before you were born. But as you've gone on and on, your audience has flown. And as you find yourself all on your own, you may wistfully recall how Benjamin Disraeli said that life is too short to be like some old time song. Overall it's long, so long.